dealing with this stupid thing. Actually, that works out pretty well. Cool. Alright, make sure my... we don't want to do that. It's like it's down around another cable. So it's sitting out here. Alright, filling tube. Not going to worry about tying down a thing on the... Oh, maybe I should. Never mind, I guess I will. Put a compression fitting on the end just to be safe. Got to practice safe water cooling. One thing about doing with this pump is to make sure it stays where it's supposed to. I'm actually going to take some electrical tape, tape it around this edge of the pump, and hook it up to the back of the case somewhere. Again, ghetto style, but we've done a couple of ghetto style things on this already, like these twist ties and the double-sided sticky tape stuff, pads, whatever they are. Alright, so we'll get our filling thing here. Also want to plug this in. Almost stopped it from falling, but not quite. Okay, so go ahead and uncap it here and pour out a bit. It looks like milk, but it's not. Doesn't smell like milk at all. This is about 500 milliliters here. No, not really. I'm not sure how much it really was. It wasn't quite 500. It should be really cool looking. Alright, we're a little bit dry. I don't think that'll matter. Just a couple seconds. Okay, that was bad. Too busy with the frigging lighting. It shouldn't be bad though. There's still some coolant in there. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, we'll stop there. So you can see the effect I was going for here. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't look like it did too much damage. It's not a very good idea to run it without anything in it for a long time, I guess. Just a couple, like a second and a half, probably not gonna do much difference. Make much difference. Still not fully filled yet. May have to make a tiny bit more. That's fine. Okay, we're at equilibrium. It's not very Still got plenty of room left in the reservoir here. Man, that looks so cool with this lighting. Not seeing any leaks so far. A lot of air though. I'm going to put you down and we're going to work on that here. Kind of cockeyed, but we'll deal with it. We can deal with it, I guess. Just pour the rest out in here. Now we'll have to make some more here. How much more is a good question. That'll probably depend on how much air we can get out. A little foamy. It almost looks like it's frigging milk. And if I had just poured this in here, you would think I was pouring milk in here if you hadn't seen me mixing it up. I like the look though, it's pretty cool. I see some bubbles coming out. All this stuff flying off here is the air port, the air bleeder port, which I'm not using. I just have it open up to air right now. So this is a 250 milliliter tank, or is it millimeter? I don't know. I think it's milliliter, ml. Where's the box at? This is 250. Yeah, I think it's probably referring to the capacity. It's 250 milliliter reservoir. So, well, I don't know. I don't think it. No, that's not it. It's way more than 250. So what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to get all this air out because all the air in the system is probably going to be equal up to maybe about a 2 or 3% increase in capacity in your loop because of all the air, all the space the air takes up. So the more air you get out, the more room in your loop there is for coolant, which means slightly lower temperatures. This is your more cooling surface area. Plus you want to make sure that your fluid is up above this little fill thing, because if it's not there, when you turn off your system, air will go up this and into your whatever component it's connected to, in this case the radiator. If it's up above that, it'll kind of, turn the gravity off by changing the pressures involved, and it'll stay up in the radiator and not let air in. Oh, what am I doing? This thing again. Happens every time I start doing this. Actually, I'm going to shut it off because if I do, I'll have to deal with the air. Crap. Well, I shut it off for myself by knocking out the jumper pin. So I'm going to turn it off. We'll reconnect the jumper pin here. And we'll get this tucked away in here somewhere. It's not going to just get underneath the case and cause all kinds of havoc, because that's a bad thing. Now we'll have to deal with a little more air though. Maybe not, it kind of filled back up, but yeah, there's going to be air in there. Definitely, yeah, you can see kind of shooting out the end here. Kind of gushing out of the radiator. You can't really see the air as well as when you could with the clear water, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll have to mix up some more here. Let's grab this. It's not going to be much more. Just a little bit more. And honestly, I think 250 milliliters is going to be a little much. Just going to pour it directly into this, not into the milk carton. I'm literally just kind of going by the seat of my pants here as far as measurements. It's about half of a bottle, so, or half of a thing, so, well, it's not really half, it's a little more than, a little less than half, but it'll work. And yes, I'm mixing this with some tweezers. So assuming I don't have any kind of stirring implement on hand, handy to do anything with. And I just flicked a bunch of thermal paste onto my phone. That was a smooth move. At least my phone will be colder. No, not really. So I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to be using. So it's actually quite a bit. So it gets it pretty far up there, near the top. I'm going to fill up a little bit more, and then we'll just let the air come out naturally. Most of the air came out when I ran it overnight, so I'm just going to fill this a bit more, and then we'll just let it run. It'll come down a bit, but it won't come down enough to, you know, mess around with anything. Alright, oh, got a little extra in there. It didn't get fully down in there. Come on, go. You. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off. Let's let it go for a bit here. I'll just kind of take in the sight of how this looks. The only thing leaking is the stuff I spilled all over the table here so far, which is good. Like I was saying, this setup is very, very not leaking, even after taking it apart and putting it back together several times, which is good. And now I got thermal interface material on the table. Should probably just deal with this now instead of getting things everywhere. That's that blob of stuff I scraped off the processor earlier from that mess up I did. Still couldn't believe how fast this stuff went from slimy to hard. Not as hard as icy diamond though, so that's good. Let's go ahead and have a look here. So you got that processor block in there. Show you the graphics card, how it looks. This stuff on it. Pretty cool. It's actually the first time I've seen that shot there. It's cool about having a camera where you can do this kind of stuff. Some air bubbling through here. Nothing in the export tube here, which is good because we've got this fully locked off. Everything seems to be going good. No leaks yet. Don't feel anything coming out. No watery, liquidy, wet residue anywhere, which is good. Everything's tightened down pretty well. Working as it should. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to stop recording, and we're going to clear off some space, and I'm going to go upstairs, bring down my mouse, my keyboard, and we're going to start firing this up and getting it going here. Also have this handy here. We're going to need this later on for BIOS flashing, and I've got a bunch of installer stuff in here for up-to-date drivers and whatnot. So we'll be back in a bit. Alright, so we're back. I've got my keyboard and mouse. Those are actually easier to get up than I thought they would be. The monitor's up now too. And I've got the everything wired up now. So you can see we've got the 24 pin in here, got the 8 pin up there, all the graphics card stuff in. I think that's everything. This is already in the stuff's already plugged into the motherboard over there. We got the power in over there. Fans are hooked up. I think we're ready to go. Got some power down here, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on and see how things go. So the power button is where's the power button on this thing? Somewhere right there, I got the top of it. Oh, it's back over there. Oh, we'll figure it out here. I'll be right back. Just gonna set you down there for a second while I go look for the top of it to see where the power's at. It's pretty sensitive if there's when you look at the case panel off to know which one's power and which one's not. Alright, let's see here. So, open it up here. Must be on the top panel then. Okay, it's this one. We'll reset someone right next to it. Okay. There's a button on the top here. It's power. And the one right next to it. Ah, here we go. Alright. That's these two here. This is the power button right here. So like a pen or something, or not a pen, but like a pen or a pencil. Got a pencil around here somewhere. Oh, maybe not. I'll use the power button down here then. Alright, I'm going to do some sleuth work here and we'll figure out what's going on, and I will be back in a bit. Alright, so I got it figured out. What's happening was, and here's a tip for you guys, if you're going to do, back plates on your water cooling, make sure you know exactly how they fit and how to put them on. So what was going on was that my back plates were causing my cards to short out. And that's actually kind of bad, because it would have been very bad unless I had this power supply. This power supply has active short monitoring, so it shuts everything down the second it sees something like that. And wow. that fan's on its last legs, that's why I replaced it. Very noisy. But it's not like we deserve it off, actually. To be honest. So if I didn't have this, I'd probably have two burnt out cards right now, but I just took the backplates off, as you can see, and put them back in and started up right away. Got my monitor hooked up and everything, as you can see over here. So I get around so you can see it. Massive behemoth. Plugged it on the display port. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and install Windows. Going to unhook you and put you on the hat cam, and we'll go from there. I don't know how much battery this has. It's been charging for a little while, but we'll be right back. So 35. Let's put it on auto. Leave it where it's at for the moment. Where is... That's one thing I need to do is the... Crap. Need to hook up the Wi-Fi. Freaking thing is still in there. It's all gonna be recycled anyway. One good thing about this case is I don't have to have it upstairs to hook up to the network. Here we go. Actually, I don't know if this will be able to connect or not. I hope this isn't just AC. If it's just AC, then I'm screwed in that regard. So I don't have an AC router. And I'll deal with that later, screw it. Spending way too much time on it. What was I looking for? Stuck with the antenna install for Windows, or the wireless. This is still recording, surprisingly. So yeah. Is there anything boot? Oh, why would I even check here, you know? That's just stupid. There used to be a way to turn off. You know, the errors that would generate an F1, like turn off fan error or whatever. It's probably in there somewhere, but I don't know where. Alright, that's fine. Save, changes, reset, go. Alright, so we're back. I'll put that over there. Oh, here's the key here. Okay. So that's basically what comes in the full retail box of Windows. You get 64 and 32-bit. I think this is a waste. It's extra packaging, extra processing. And I mean, either 132 or 164, you don't want to have one of each. I don't really understand why they give you one of each. First thing we gotta do is we gotta set up the BIOS. So F1. One thing I noticed about my mouse here, as you can see, little kind of a, I don't know if you can see it very well, little kind of wear spot there. First thing you want to do is, oh god, actually let's plug this in the back. There's a specific place for it too. I've got my updated BIOS on here. Let's see. Where's the guide at? Motherboard guide, there you are. Flashing BIOS with the port. So 311, 361. Let's go from the back, it'll be easier. Alright, easy update. I guess there is no dedicated port now, I think. At least it doesn't say there is. Oh, here it is, USB flash. So this one here, this like green outlined one here, you want to hook that into here. Alright, and then we'll go over to the BIOS. Oh, alright, and we want to go to motherboard temperature. What's the CPU temperature? 34C. That's not too bad. Of course, we're not really running it at anything, are we? Oh, that is an awesome CPU core voltage. Look at that. 0.9. Wow. God. Oh. Thirsty as all hell. Okay, so go to advanced mode. Where are you? Creates RAID, store period. We got easy flash utility. Here's the one we want. Say yes. And it'll ask you again if you really want to update, which we do. And then it'll process the file. You don't have to have only that in there. It'll just read this one particular file. That's it. This monitor is huge. I did not fully comprehend the massiveness of this monitor. But it's awesome. That'll take a little while here. No, down to 1 bar of battery. Well, I'll just record till the wheels fall off of this thing. It's like friggin' 1 o'clock pretty much. Yeah, 12:30. Close enough. But this is way more important than going to sleep for work tomorrow. Especially since we don't really do anything at work. So sit around and BS about nerd stuff. So this is the latest BIOS I found on Asus's website. It's downloaded today, along with a bunch of other drivers that we're going to use to install in place of using the Asus disk for that. I still will need to use that though for some stuff. If I can figure out where it's at. Actually, this is it here. No, it's BenQ. That's for Samsung. It's probably still in the other box over there. I just borrowed this one, I guess. I'm gonna try and see if I can. I don't know if I should return the other board or not. This is bent pins because I'm not sure if I did it or if it was like that from the start. I didn't really check. It could have been either or though. This whole build's been a monstrosity of a build so far. CPU that was AMD instead of Intel. And then the whole almost frying the cards thing. It's been a hell of a build, but it's going to be a hell of a computer. I can tell you that. It's going to be awesome. Finally done processing, update successful, system will reset. That's what I like to hear. Successful builds. That's where that went to. Looking for the other lid. It's lid to the gelid stuff. Gilead, whatever you want to call it. So we're waiting for it to restart. There we go. F1. I guess D. Delete to get to the BIOS. Okay. Now it's updating. It's just loading the file. That took forever just to load. I forgot about this portion of it. No, it's like right now. Power fails. Okay, that was supposed to happen. BIOS are updated. It'll kick back on. There we go. Let's see if it actually boots up right away the first time. Or if it takes a couple times. Sometimes with Asus boards it takes a while. It'll cycle resets for new BIOS sometimes. I like the fact that if there's no input it turns red down here. That's a really awesome feature. It says flashing this massive thing around here. Alright, so first things first, we need to set up our boot order. Again, we'll go to advanced mode for that. Actually, we have this here, don't we? Okay, yeah, so that needs to go first. We'll leave everything stock for the moment, just because I want to see what the stock temps are, and deal with stuff as we go. That is awesome. That is awesome. That's just 32,768 megabytes. Never thought I'd see that ever. That's becoming pretty much standard these days. So I remember back in my very first computer system that we actually owned, the very first one, not oldest one, had only about 256 megabytes of RAM, I think. Really old Hewlett Packard Legend Series 1998 POS system that we bought from like freaking Sears. I my oldest computer I've had is actually an Apple II. I actually still have it around here somewhere. I think I do anyway. It actually worked for the most part too. That's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and hit save and exit. I'm not sure if I'll have to restart. First, let's go ahead and throw in one of these disks. Windows 8.1 loading. Obviously 64, because 32 is not going to read all that RAM. That'd be asinine. Okay. So did a restart like I thought it would do, which is interesting. Hear that drive kicking up. Oh, we gotta turn off that warning first, otherwise it's not gonna get by it. Damn. I hate that they do that. But I guess they have to do that. Let's see. It's on monitor, CPU. Let's see, system agent, oops. GPU post, interesting. System. Is it security? No. Oh, there we go. Some of the infamous Asus restarts there. Oh, that's really taken off. Wow. It's crazy. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Yeah, this new Windows logo really sucks. I just have to tell you. Not from a nice kind of wavy pattern, just kind of like 4 random. I could make this in like 10 seconds. That's how easy it is to make this POS logo. You just you just go in Photoshop, create 4 equal squares, then use the perspective tool to move it down. Hey, a blue screen. Not that kind of blue screen though. Next, install. So while I do this, I'm going to stop recording and insert troll face here. Alright. So, on to the installation. This is a coolant level looking. Jeez, really that far down? I actually had to fill that pretty much all the way to the top earlier. A lot of air has come out apparently. Just going to throw a bit more in. That fan's not really doing too good of a job. Though, like I said, it's a fan that I replaced because it was on its last legs. The Acosta fans are gonna blow those out of the freaking water. Alright, getting ready to install. Not gonna be able to do anything with the network for right now. Doesn't tell you what the... Maybe it does everything, I don't know. Let's see what we're doing for time here. The camera's almost dead. It's flashing red. Well, I'm going to stop recording now before this ends. We'll do some more recording tomorrow after I charge this stupid thing up. So, thanks for watching. We're almost done with the 2015 build here. Just a few last minute software installations and things to do. And we'll be good. So, I will see you tomorrow for the hopefully last recording session we'll do here. I'll probably just install Windows and then we'll start recording through PlayClaw or something through the computer. So I won't have to use this camera. But that's it for now. See you tomorrow. Alright, so, we got Windows installed. Actually, I went ahead and installed a lot of stuff. Not just Windows 8, but some of the other stuff too. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the light here. Not quite so blown out. The rest of the area isn't. Still have to go through and clean up a bunch of crap, but we're getting towards the end of the build here. Just got to do the fans and we'll be good. Don't know when those are coming now. Let's see, so, the Wi-Fi did connect. It does any and all types of Wi-Fi apparently. So I'm picking up everything here. Pro tip, don't use core temp on this yet. RC6 has a very serious issue in it where if you drag it around, the actual thing on the screen, it'll freeze it up. Is it running right now? No. Okay. Just going to close that. So if I just open it up here and I minimize it, it'll run fine in the background. Or it should. No, it did freeze up everything, didn't it? Damn. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say it freezes everything. Just, nothing happens. I've already tried installing 3.5. That's, the, whatchamacallit. That's the, other way over there, okay. Damn it, .NET Framework. Because somebody mentioned that had fixed it for him. Hasn't fixed it for me. I did have it running a little bit earlier, and my idle temperatures on this processor with the cooling system are at stock. I'm not overclocking anything yet, but at stock are it's 24. Let's say 26 is the average. We'll say. Granted, I don't have the awesome thing, Corsair cooling thing, Corsair Link software to determine all that. But I bet if I was to hook up the Corsair Link with the PSU, I'd get access to something similar. But yeah, so 24 to 28C, essentially is the idle temps for the processors. That's hyper-threading enabled, by the way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to restart it again, and we're going to continue. Touch some metal because I got some socks on. Reset. So yeah, everything's going good. It's detecting all the RAM. Both cards are working. I did a test bench of Total War 2 or Total War Shogun 2 earlier today in the morning. With everything maxed out on the settings at 256, I think it's 2560 by 1440 is the resolution. And I got, although there were some jitters because I believe that I had, it was from having Crossfire enabled. I still got a frame rate of like 66 frames a second with some jittering things here and there. Again, yeah, the only thing is that you have the desktop thing here. What's going to be awesome in 10, though, is that you'll be able to have multiple desktops open at one time. So you'll be able to have, you know, a desktop for one purpose and a desktop for another purpose. You know, that'll be interesting. I think that'll be a lot more nice than this. Now, there's one thing I recommend that you get if you have Windows 8.1 or 8. And that is a little program called... I'm going to go find it here. 8 Gadget Pack Setup. Get this. This allows you to add gadgets back into Windows. And that's where all this stuff came from. This is very awesome. In order to do anything like log off or lock your system, you either have to go Control-Delete to bring up this to lock it or switch out switch out or sign out. Or you have to actually sign out and then go back to the main. So like we have to do this. So you have to sign out, come back to this window to get to the off switch here to shut down or restart or whatever. That one thing I was showing you just now, this up here when it loads, is essentially kind of a toolbar to use if and when they load. There we go. You have to hit this to unlock it, but then once you do, you can stand by, shut down, restart, log off, or hibernate it. And that's just a very quick, much quick way of getting into it. Originally, I had the clock and the calendar things up here, the original ones. Then I saw this here, and I decided to go with this because, it combines them both into one, but you lose some functionality. You don't have the thing down there that you can change for the clock or the functionality of the calendar. That's just basically all you need. I'm actually going to go ahead and take the clock off of the see down here if I can. Let's see. Okay, clock off. There we go. Here, these things you saw pop out for a second. These are the charms, they call them. It's just like a quick, some quick links to certain things that you can get to. So what I'm going to do now is, you probably, if you haven't yet, go watch some of my Prison Architect walkthroughs, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a comparison between my system upstairs and this system down here with Prison Architect, and see how laggy it is or how not laggy it is. So first I need to go to the network, if I can find it. You have to, another annoying thing is to get to the search you have to hit that down arrow. Already added it to the user group, so nothing to worry about there. Alright, so go to here, public, and it'll be in a full, here we go, PA save. So all I have to do now is just go to this computer, which is over here, this PC, then to C, Actually, we can do this much easier. Let's go to run. Run should be over here somewhere. There it is. And then just type in percent app data percent. I'll just bring up your app data roaming. We actually want local instead of roaming for this one though. Well, it should be in there, but it's not yet anyway. So let's go ahead and run this once, just to get all the stuff in there, and then we'll drop that into it. And this will be an accurate representation of it because I've run Prison Architect without play caller running and recording, and it has the same performance either way. So, oh, it's down here on Steam. No wonder. Durr. Don't show me the skin. I'll probably have to use it. I don't know. Gonna have to reinstall things on here. Intro version. Things are going pretty smoothly so far. Let's see, take that off. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit exit because that should have made the folder. Yeah, I saw it there just now. Intro version. Let's see, Activision Publisher Weekend, Saints Row. I already have it. Well, I already have all the games, so yeah. Magic 7. What the hell? They already got 7 out. Just Cause 3, what the crap? That's awesome. Star Wars, may the 4th be with you. Star Wars X-Wing series now on Steam. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Ascendance. Burger Town. Yeah, so here's the folder here. So I'm just going to bring over the saves. Do I have any mods? No, I don't. Okay, so just saves, drag and drop, copy. Over anything that's there. There's nothing good. Okay, run it again. But you should need, a system like this to run this game smoothly. Well, let's see. Load prison. I'm not going to do anything too much with it. I'm not going to save it or anything. I'm just going to load up and see what happens in terms of the frame rate and whatnot. Oh, gee, it's still look at this. It's still super laggy. Man, that screen is massive, though. This is so bloody awesome. No, it's still really laggy. It might be a little bit faster, but it's not as fast as it should be. So no, yeah, even this system, if this system can't play this game smoothly at this point in time, it's definitely frigging a optimization problem, not a power problem. I was looking at this earlier during the benchmark. Yes, during the benchmark Shogun 2, we're pulling about 500 or so watts, 550, I think. For this, we're pulling about 239, I think I saw over there. So we're not hitting anywhere near the max of the power supply yet. And you know what? I'm thinking that the Extreme PSU calculator, the one from Antec, is full of crap now. Because I redid all the stuff for my old computer, my current system upstairs, to see what it said the power requirements would be, and it said for 30% aging on the capacitors, which is probably where it's at about right now. It said, 1090 something. And I ran that system, like I mentioned before, the other night. I ran it with both Prime 95 and GTA 5 running in the background. GTA 5 was laggy from that, but I was not pulling anywhere near that 1000 watts out of it. So yeah, I'm not really sure I'm going to be using that anymore in terms of using it for actual values. And that one fan notwithstanding, this system is super quiet and it's awesome. And the temps, God, the temps are just totally awesome. The graphics card temps. The during that benchmark I was running earlier, of course, again all stock right now. During that benchmark, I was using GPU-Z up here to take power up GPU-Z to monitor the temps, and the temperatures only got to about 49, I think C was the high. Sitting at 34 right now. Again, not overclocked at stock settings, but it's just awesome how much the system is cooling it off. This is with these crappy old fans. I can't even imagine what it's going to be with the Acasas when they get here. It's going to have a lot of static pressure, a lot of air movement getting forced to the radiators. Plus, when I move it upstairs, it'll be a lot colder. The air density will be colder, I guess, or something. Because it's a smaller room than this, and there's going to be a lot of cooler air movement into the room from the AC unit, the fan on the ceiling, and the fan that's blowing in from the hallway, which has a lot colder air out there. So the temps are probably going to be lower than that. I don't know. This is just totally bloody awesome. So what I want to do is, let's see, maybe we can do real temp. Let's take power-ups. It's not quite as awesome as core temp, but actually it's 100% load. Wow. See if it actually... Okay, here we go. Okay, no problems with that. Sweet. So what I'm going to do is I want to run Prime 95. We've got that on here. I just don't have an icon for it on the desktop. Search is so freaking annoying. I just have to go to the downloads. Drag this out here. Extract all. Prime 95 825. Yeah, 285. It's like it's the version it's been for I don't know how long. Years. So already a small FFT. We'll have a look here and see what temperatures do. So this is, we're stressing it on hyperthreading. All cores 100%. And look at this thing. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to show it to you and trying to see it at the same time on the phone. Look at that. That's at 100% load on all the freaking threads. And 52 maybe on high so far. Of course, that'll change as time goes on because it's going to be getting really high in terms of the coolant temperature because these fans suck. But at the same time, that's pretty impressive. That's like 20C colder than my H100i upstairs on a processor that's like probably 40% less powerful than this one is. And it all has to do with that frigging soldered on heat spreader instead of the usual thermal interface on one. I haven't run a stress test on this yet because, yeah, we're getting some higher temps there. Oh, no, really, 53 still is the maximum. I was looking at the distance, so that's the wrong one to look at. I wasn't going to stress test this yet. We're just going to do this for a little bit of time to see what temperatures get up to, because we don't have those other fans, and also because I didn't have something that could do the temperatures like this can now. But now that we got that, I'm looking at it here. So the thermal max on this, TJ max on this processor is 105C. So, you got a lot of headroom. It's 14? No, well, no, not 4, yeah, 14. It's 14C higher than the i7-3930K for the TJ Max. It being for that processor 91, as far as I know anyway. This is just bloody insane. I can't imagine what this is going to do to Vegas. It's going to pick Vegas up. It's going to hurl it freaking 2,000 miles across the friggin' ocean. And it's going to pick up and toss it. 16 threads. Jesus. $28 gigabytes of RAM free. Oh my god. Just like looking at that, it's like, just like looking at that total, it's like, oh my god. Yeah, you don't expect to see something like that. It's just awesome. Also got a drive meter up there. It's checking the write and read speeds. Got an arc meter down there too. We got to 54. We got a 54C in there for as long as it's been running. Like, let's see. We've been recording 19 minutes. Actually, we're almost full on the card. Got 43 minutes left on the card. So that's like, we'll say, like what, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. So if I let it run for like an hour, it'd probably get up to like, probably near 60, I think. Let's do this. Let's go and stop this. Test stop all workers. And I want to do I want to do this one. Blend test. That's the one that's really going to stretch it out a lot. Let's take a look at the usage over there. We're at 254. It's like pegged at 254, 256, 254. That is on. It's just like pegged right at particular 2, 4. It's gone between 2, 4, and 6. 254, 252, 256. It's pretty awesome. Actually, I haven't seen that before. So, and then it went right back down, and it's back down to those lower temperatures. This cooling system is just going to be totally frigging awesome, I think. Because I don't know what it's going to do with long-term gaming, where you're stressing the CPU a bit, and then also the GPUs, because the GPUs go right in to dump into the CPU, so some heat transfer is going to happen there a little bit, maybe not as much as one might think. Let's go and let's see, close. Is it turned off or just closed? I think it's turned off. And we're going to stop this. Okay. Close that, close this. I'm going to turn off Crossfire real quick. Actually, let's do it this way. With this unchecked, any games that don't have a Crossfire profile for in the Catalyst Control Center will automatically, essentially, CCC will automatically disable temporarily for just that game, Crossfire. So that kind of helps limit some issues that happen. Total War Shogun 2 is one of those games that doesn't have anything for. So I'm going to load it up and we're going to take a look at the actual gameplay in terms of how high quality it is. I haven't tried this in one card yet, so we'll see how it goes here. Actually, well, let's wait for it to load so I can turn it off so I can load it again. I want to check the refresh rate on the settings right now. Make sure it's 144 Hertz. If not, then set it there. So that's where this monitor really kind of shines at, is 144, because that's where it does all the anti-screen tearing stuff and everything else. This is an awesome monitor. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be, now that I see it actually, running. Alright, let's go to quit. How do we do the, let's see, video, global quality, top management, you used to be able to change the refresh rate. Let's see. I'll go in the last month because we want something recent. Display manager, display properties. Oh, so that's in here. Okay, there we go. Apply. Oh, wow. Let's see. I recall something on the Amazon page for this. Oh, I know, we have to install the drivers, I think. For the BenQ drivers, forgot to do that. There's also something on the Amazon page. Oops. BenQ. XL, yeah, 2730Z. Oh, last displayed. Okay, yeah. So let's see. BenQ XL 2730Z 144 refresh rate. Of course, we gotta turn it to. Oh, it is on any time. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and install the drivers here. I'm pretty sure that's the problem, is that we don't have any drivers on here. And there's drivers on this disc as well as other stuff. Not just drivers. One thing I noticed on the Asus disc that you get is you get a couple things on there that's awesome. For example, they give you a free, I guess, license or subscription for Daemon Tools Pro, not just Light, but Pro. And that's, free. Well, not free, but there's a license on here for you just to install it. I don't think there's any kind of, not a temporary license. Though it might be, I don't know. Let's just go ahead and open. No, I guess installers we want then. That's for a W reader exit. Cancel. Driver 3070. Where's the auto? Where's the actual, application that this runs? Explorer, monitor. Oh, we are supposed to go to there, okay. Oh, wow, that's interesting. 30Z, yeah. Click and execute auto-exe, percentage controls. You think it'd bring up, yeah, there's nothing here to install like a driver. Acrobat Reader, but... Specification. Let's see. Display pilot. Bin queue install drivers. That's interesting. So actually hasn't any drivers at all. Bin queue. Let's see, maybe it's not the bin. Maybe let's say 290X, 144 hertz, black flash. Really? A driver issue? Okay, it's probably a driver issue. I mean, this is, relatively new stuff, so I'm gonna go with that. Let's try going for a refresh rate of... Try 120 hertz. 120 it seems to work pretty fine. Okay, just 144. It seems, yeah. So it's probably a it's definitely gonna be driver then. I'm gonna agree with that and say it's driver. Although I don't know, it could be crossfire too. Who knows? I have that enabled. All right, so let's go ahead and go back into it. What time is it? I got stuff I need to get done for upstairs. That's almost 8. Alright, well, we'll do this and I'll stop. Like I said, this thing's almost full anyway. I need to get the footage off it and deal with it. And then I'm going to go upstairs, work on stuff for OV. See if I can get a small bit of audio hammered out for tomorrow. And see what I can get done before then. I need to get the introductory video going too. Damn, that's true. I might delay it for a week then, because that's going to take some time. I don't care, Creative Assembly. So I'm going to go and start a new campaign, Shogun 2. I haven't played this in forever, so... Takeda. Actually, I did Oda before. I'm pretty sure it was Oda. Or was it Chokosabe? Chosokabe, rather. It was either Chosokabe or Oda. I think it was Oda. Date, no. Takeda. What did I do? Iko Iki. Whoever has this down here, that's who I'd worked on. Unless they get to choose their own provinces. It's a Triforce. No, it was Chosokabe. And Chosokabe then, that's who it was. Normal battle realism mode. UI battle, short campaign, right start. So let's see what some variables in the future can bring for that. I'm almost certain it's going to be a driver problem. That looks a little pixelated. Huh. I see screen tear. Wow, that's really crappy quality, I have to say. I wonder if that's because it's Flash. Let's see. Well, enough of the cutscene here. Shikoku. So things look relatively smooth. I don't have anything I'm going to do the, let me see. Jump out real quick here. Run play claw. And see what we got for frame rates. What we got up here? So 40s it looks like. These are my graphics settings over here. So ultra on text, ultra on everything, using shader. I'm not sure if that's what we should. Maybe that might be the reason why. It was on shader 3 high before, and I switched it to 4.1 just for whatever reason. That would be why that looked all kind of weird over there with the flash. So yeah, it looks a little bit better. It's also running. Look at that, running way faster. Way faster ever. Over 100 frames a second now. So I'm gonna grab my army here. That's gonna engage in battle here. I haven't played this in forever, so forgive me if I make a fool of myself on this. It's actually really nice, really awesome with ship-to-ship battles. Though some of these ground ones, not so much. The SSD is pretty quick.